Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the Business Blueprint Summit. Great to see so many people back for more. We ran a great session this morning, and we've got even more to come tomorrow and also on Friday as well. So we're officially halfway through now, the summit. We've done 5 sessions, and we still have 5 more to go. So very quickly, if you're not familiar with the format, we've designed this event over 5 days, and we do 2 classes every day, one at 10 a.m. Sydney time and the other at 2 p.m. Sydney time. And the way we've designed it is so you can fit it around basically your busy schedule, and all you need to do is just show up for 1 hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and you're going to get massive value in terms of your business. So I'm leading all of the sessions in the morning. They're called our Power Hour classes. So we've done 3 already, and that means we've got 2 more to go. We've done one around technology, we've done around marketing, we've done systems, but tomorrow is a really important one where we talk about people, because without people, you cannot build a business. And so that's why it's so important that you show up tomorrow and learn about how to grow your team. And I'm going to be sharing with you a whole bunch of insider tips and secrets that you'll kind of not really hear about anywhere else. So you'll really enjoy tomorrow's session, and then we've got another session still to come as well with me for an hour all around money and finance, how to increase your sales, how to boost your profitability, and how to also build long-term wealth. So we're covering all of that in the next 2 sessions. And then we have some amazing interviews in just a moment. I'll be introducing you to a special guest. We've already had Brian Chapman and Tina Tower, and we have 3 more still to come. Now, hopefully you've already registered, and that means all the dates should be in your diary. But if not, then you can go to this link here, businessblueprint.com/summit, and you can register for the event for free. And then on the very next screen, you can tap a button, and it takes all of the details and puts them into your diary automatically. So that way, all you need to do is just look at your calendar and basically click a link, and then you'll be part of our training. All right, fantastic. So right now, I'd love to know where everyone is currently located, where they're enjoying this training from. So just type in your current location in terms of the city or where your home or office is. That would be awesome, just so we can see who we've got represented today. We've got Perth, Adelaide, Sydney, Gold Coast. We've got Port Augusta in South Australia, Lower Hutt in New Zealand. We've got I think it was the Sunshine Coast that went too fast there. Wahroonga, we have Auckland, again, hi to Dennis, and hi to John in Melbourne as well. Darwin, hey, great to see Darwin represented, and of course our friends from New Zealand as well. Welcome. We've had people I know from Germany, from Singapore, in some of the earlier sessions, the US as well. So great to see everyone here. All right, so mornings we have sessions with me. They're called our Power Hour sessions, but in the afternoons we have interviews with some highly successful entrepreneurs. The one thing that they all have in common is that they've all been through the Business Blueprint program and have gone on to do amazing things. So what I'm going to do is ask them a bunch of questions and basically share what has been the secret to their success. So earlier we did an interview with Tina Tower. We've also done one with Brian Chapman as well, which was awesome. How Brian went from $0 to $16 million in sales online from basically from nothing. So that was a really fantastic interview. Hopefully you were there for that one. And then tomorrow I've got a great interview lined up with a guy called Colin Frager, and he's been able to double his business 3 years in a row, which is very rare and unique. So he's going to share the story about how he did that. And he's also going to share, it's pretty phenomenal actually once you see what he did, how he made just a couple of small tweaks to his website, and that generated more than $600,000 in additional sales by making some very, very simple changes. So, and anyone can basically do that in their business. So you'll see that story tomorrow. He'll show you live examples and screenshots as well. And you'll basically see how he's been able to grow year on year. And there's also going to be another presentation presentation with a lady called Tegan, and Tegan has grown an amazing business. She now does more than $10 million a year, and she now has more than 200 staff. So a very successful business, and she's going to be sharing with you the story about how she grew that business with her sister. And basically sharing as many secrets as she can to her success. But right now we have another very special expert and guest. Her name is Angela Connell-Richards, and she's going to be talking a little bit about her company in a few moments' time. But she's going to be talking about 7 things that she did to crack 7 figures. That's a business that does more than $1 million a year. So she's going to be sharing with you the story of how she started and how she kind of grew, some of the mistakes that she made, and how she's been able to now reach that very significant milestone. And of course, now growing well beyond that as well. And she'll talk a bit about her team and how she's grown her team as well. So Angela, I believe, is out there right now, and hopefully has got her microphone unmuted, and I'm now going to ask her to jump in. So Angela, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yay, fantastic. Let's give Angela a big round of applause, everybody, to say welcome. Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Angela. All right, so you got some awards I can see back there and some photos of your team. So before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about the business that you have today? Go for it.
Yep. So hi, everybody. My name's Angela Connell-Richards, as you just heard. We help training organisations get compliance, save time and save money. We've been operating since 2009, and during that time, we've helped over 300 registered training organisations around Australia. And a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed for everybody in the world. We're now delivering all of our training online, and we have businesses that we've been helping. And the biggest problem we had was transitioning our clients from face-to-face training to online training. So we've been doing that now for 13 years. I have now have 15 team members on my team.
Nice.
We have 5 in the Philippines, and we also have our team in Australia. So we've got a number of team members in Australia as well, located all over the place. So when the pandemic commenced, we shut down our office, and we all went remote, and we have team members all over New South Wales and in the Philippines.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that overview. And it's great to know that you have a service-based business. I'm trying to cover a bit of everything during this summit. Yesterday, we had Brian Chapman. He has obviously a products-based business, but a lot of people listening today will have a service-based business, and that's exactly what Angela has as well. And we'll be learning about how she grew the business. So you started in 2009. Did you work as an employee before that, or did you go straight into business? What was your background?
So this is my 5th business.
A serial entrepreneur. I love it.
Serial entrepreneur. So prior to setting up this business, I owned and operated 2 of my own registered training organisations. And when I sold my last one, I actually went and worked for someone else, thinking I didn't want to do business anymore. And I was there for about 6 months and realised I cannot work for anybody else.
Unemployable, I think the word is.
I definitely felt like I had my hands tied behind my back, and I wasn't allowed to have any creative freedom whatsoever.
Okay, so you started this business in 2009, but in the last couple of years, I know it's grown rapidly, and we've spoken about coming up with a list of which was some of the biggest contributing factors to your success. So I think you're going to go through 7 or maybe more. So let's go through those right now.
Yeah.
Let's just start with the first one in terms of having now broken that kind of $1 million glass ceiling, because for a lot of people, they maybe get to 2 or 3 or 400,000, maybe 500,000, they kind of plateau. But then the next kind of like breakthrough is to go, how do I, and the reason why a lot of people plateau there is that's kind of as much as one person can make doing everything themselves, working really, really hard, because hard work will really only get you so far. Then from there, you have to learn about how to build and how to grow a team and how to make sure that you are not doing everything in your business. And so you've been able to kind of move from that solopreneur now to a real business owner, having now built a team of 15 staff. So I'd love to know some of the secrets to your success. Let's start with number one. And if you're taking notes, write them all down, and then we'll review them at the end. So let's go through number one right now. Go for it, Angela.
So the first one was implementing the Rockefeller habits as per the scaling up method. And that was really, so when I first started my business, I was a solopreneur. So it was just me working with a number of clients. And then that grew. So I was doing one-on-one consulting and I didn't have a team. And as I started putting team on, I actually learned a lot about how not what not to do. We had a lot of issues. I had a lot of issues actually, because leadership is always the key point of any organization. And what the scaling up method taught me in the Rockefeller habits was really putting team meeting rhythms into place, having a clear plan of what we do, setting annual priorities, quarterly rocks, and really getting the whole team on board with working with that whole scaling up Rockefeller habits method. And now all of our team does it, and it's just part of our culture.
Yeah, beautiful. I highly recommend the book, The Rockefeller Habits, by Verne Harnish. I read it many, many years ago now and went through some of his courses as well. So some really good general training in there. But yeah, you're right about that pulse of meetings and kind of growing your team and the quarterly kind of rocks and getting clear on your vision. All those things are super important. So great point for number one, and definitely something for everyone to add to their reading list. Mastering the Rockefeller Habits by Verne Harnish. All right, let's go into number two. Go for it.
Yeah, so the second one is I've read a lot of business books. So these books behind me, they're not up for display. I've actually read all of these books. And what I've learned from them is implementing them into my business. And over time, as you would know, we don't have a lot of time in the day. So now I do a lot of audio books. So I listen to audio books while I'm working. And one of the ones that I'm doing, I've just finished, is Traction, which is implementing the entrepreneurial operating system, which is very similar to the Rockefeller habits, but next level. It's really next level. So it's really these business books. Don't just have them sitting on the bookshelf. They do, and the biggest thing I do is implement. I don't think I've read a fiction book for about 10 years. It's only been business.
Yeah, and that's really another great book called Traction, which is about the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS. That's something that we're actually now teaching to all of our Business Blueprint members as well. We've got a phenomenal speaker. Her name's Deborah, who's now going through and teaching us the EOS curriculum, which is another kind of like layer in terms of business management and organizing, and just having a framework and a structure to follow to grow your business. But yeah, thank you for that tip, and also highly recommend, if you haven't got time to physically read, there's lots of times whereby your arms and legs are busy, like maybe driving the car, but your mind has space, and so that's where listening to audiobooks can be a really great way in order to basically multitask and get things done. All right, so that was number two. Let's go on to number three. Go for it.
So number three, I think, is really, really, really critical. So just over 10 years ago, prior to the last 10 years, prior to this, I have an academic background. So I actually have a master's in business, as well as a range of vocational qualifications. And that's all I thought there was. But the massive change I had was attending my very first business event, where I was just like astounded by the amount of things that I've learned. And it's so different. It's skills that you can actually apply, like Business Blueprint. So I've met Dale a number of times over the years. And I think the first time I actually saw you would have been about 10 years ago in Newcastle. And so it's the training that I've done. So it's going to the live events, doing the online events, and actually participating in that training. I think that's the most important part. Don't sit at the back of the room, actually get involved, talk to the other people around you, because you learn so much from the people that you're just sitting next to, and getting involved. Put your hand up. Be actively involved when it comes to the training and implement. I'm often implementing straight away, particularly Business Blueprint training. While I'm watching, I'm generally implementing at the same time. So I lock out the time to watch the videos as well as implement at the same time, and I get a lot more out of it. And now I have my team watching the Business Blueprint training, and Dale actually has a whole set of training for virtual assistants. So
That's right.
So all my VA team now do all of the virtual assistant training. That's their first onboarding, is they go on and do the VA training. And it's awesome because they understand my language then.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, and I'll maybe touch on this a bit at the end. But when you join our program, not only do we train you, the business owner, to make all of the changes that you need in your business, but we're also really care about making sure we train and equip your team. And so we've recently created this new library of training videos specifically for your team. And we've got another series which is specifically for your virtual team. And I'll talk more tomorrow about why you want to build a virtual team. And we've created now over 200 and something videos to train them on how they can help you to grow your business faster. So later on, we'll talk a bit about Business Blueprint and how it works. But what you need to know, it's not just a program for you, it's a program for anyone that works for you. Because if you can make them more successful, more productive, then it's going to make a massive difference to your business. So thanks so much for sharing that about going to events, because books are great, but I think books will only kind of get you so far. It's really when you start getting out of your comfort zone, going to events, surrounding yourself with amazing people as well. It's not just what the presenter says, but it's the conversations you have with other members. It's how your mind starts to grow and expand as well. It really, really makes a big difference. So that was I think point number 3. So let's maybe jump now to point number 4. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. And something else I'd like to add before I go into point 4 is we're in the training industry. So we work in education, and education is very, very important to me, and in particularly to our industry. And we do the same thing. We coach and consult our clients on everything that I've implemented as well. So it is massive. Okay, so number 4 is, and this is something we only did recently. Over the last 2 years, we've had some massive changes in our organization, in our team, the way we work with our clients and the way our clients work with their students. So there's been some massive changes there. So the biggest thing I did, we actually did a lot of things, implemented a lot of new things over the last 2 years, but we weren't charging anymore, and we didn't actually see the value because we were just doing it just to help our clients. But what we did was we did a competitor analysis. So we actually mapped line by line everything that we do compared to our competitors. So we actually put in everything in a spreadsheet, and we actually went line by line. Okay, what do we do? And then we went to all of our competitors and went through and what did they do? And that really helped us to identify what are the differentiating matters that we do that is so different from what our clients do, what our competitors do, and what we give to our clients. And due to that, last year, I doubled my prices. So we doubled the prices of all of our coaching programs. And you would think in the middle of a pandemic, that would not be a good idea. And I actually had quite a bit of resistance from my team. But I did it. I just believed in it. I really focused on our marketing and our sales, on what makes us different. Why would you want to come with us when you could go to someone much cheaper who can provide a similar sort of outcome? And what happened was we actually didn't have clients, which we thought was going to happen, leave. We had clients who self-selected to go to a higher package because they saw the value in it as well. So when you really identify what is different from you and your competitors, and what do you offer that's different, and how you offer it, and then put that in your marketing and really let everyone know about it. Like for the price increase, we actually had a 2-month email campaign that went out to all of our clients, advising them, this is what you get, this is what we've been doing, these are all the changes that have happened. We did that for a month, and then for the next month we started saying that we're going to be increasing our prices, and it worked brilliantly. And that is one, like, we only really cracked a million just in this financial year. So, and that was the main thing that really did it, was that price change, just really understanding our value, why we do what we do, and how we do it, and all the team understand it, and then just believing in yourself. Just don't be afraid to up your prices when you really know what your value is.
Yeah, I love that. There's so much we can talk about there. So really understanding your value, and it's both in terms of kind of what you're offering in terms of deliverables, but I want to talk a bit about like your mindset as well around that, because a lot of people would have a fear around charging more or putting up their prices. So tell me about the mindset that you had about why you decided to do this.
So as well, the reason why we had to do something, because we were losing money during the pandemic, and it was really starting to affect us. And what I realized is actually our team they go above and beyond all the time, and they're always providing additional services for our clients. So the mindset for me was initially was, am I worth it? If I up my prices, are my clients going to walk out the door? And this was in particular that my team were really worried about that as well, that we would lose more clients. And I think it was just not understanding my value and not understanding the amount of value that we're giving to our clients. So the mindset with that is really, the bad mindset was, am I good enough? Is this good value? Will people want it? And it's a bit like when you first start your business and you try and figure out what prices should I charge to start with, because you don't know what to charge and you don't know whether anybody will pay for those services. So it's just overcoming that. And the biggest hurdle I had with that was getting over the mindset of my team members saying, I just said, I'm going to double the prices. I'm going to double the prices. And they're like, we're going to lose all our clients and you're not going to be able to pay us. But I just believed in myself. I believed in what we do. I believed in our team, and we got there.
Yeah, I love the fact that you had a sort of 2-month education process. You didn't just say, I'm going to do this overnight, and people were kind of caught by surprise. There was a education process involved. Tell us a little bit about that. And then how did you get clients not only to stay, but to actually upgrade as well and go to an even higher package? I think that is phenomenal. So tell us some of the secrets there.
Okay, so with the campaign that we did, in the emails, I did like information, as well as, did you know that you have access to this training, to this? We have an app on Apple iTunes and Google, and they can access that. And a lot of our clients didn't know they could do that. So I was just reminding them of everything that they get and all the things that we had implemented over the last 2 years due to the pandemic. And it was really just educating them and reminding them of the value of everything that we do. And we had the email, and at the bottom of the email, we just said a change is coming, expect new exciting things that will be coming into the membership. And then we slowly changed that to, there is going to be a price increase. So we just said that there will be a price increase. And then it was only the last 2 weeks that we actually told them what the price increase was going to be. And we also gave them the opportunity to either pay in full prior to, so they could pay a year in advance prior to the price increase, or they could just get rolled over to the new package. So we had about a 35% uptake on the pay in full upfront. Some of them only did 6 months, and then the others just went, look, I can't afford it right now, but I know the value. I just want to stay on, and we'll just go with the new price when it was upped. But they also identified the new packages and things like that we were offering. Now, the clients who self-selected to go up, what I did there was they were wanting some. So the clients that our core clients, they've been exploding. Their business has just totally taken off, and they actually needed some more one-on-one service. They were adding new arms to the business. So we do RTO registration, so registered training organisation, but now we do group training organisations, and we also do CRICOS, which is international students. So we're able to offer these additional services. And these clients that came to me and said, look, I need a bit more, or I went to them and said, hey, if you up your membership to this higher level, we'll be able to give you more of that one-on-one, and we'll include those additional services just under your membership with the consultation. And it was like most of them didn't even ask what the price was. They just said, yes, I'll do it. And just said, send me an invoice. I was shocked. The whole team was shocked, but it worked really, really well. And it obviously shows the value that we give our clients.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So you went from a position where you're kind of like losing money to a position whereby you basically doubled the prices and then became highly profitable. You were able to upgrade a lot of people as well. I suppose when you did that as well, it then made even the higher prices kind of still feel cheap compared to, the higher level as well. So I think that was kind of really smart to have something bigger, so people kind of like realize that they're still getting a really good deal compared to all the value that they're receiving.
Yes, certainly.
That is awesome. So well done on that one. There's lots of really good stuff there, and I think challenging people out there to maybe have a look, review your pricing, and it all comes back to knowing your numbers and knowing whether you are profitable or not. We'll talk a bit about that on Friday when we do our session all around money and in finance, we'll go into that in more detail. But well done for making that decision and having the courage to put your prices up. Okay, let's go into the next one, number 5. Go for it.
Okay, number 5, this was a game changer. I actually implemented this at the start of last year. So, and this I highly recommend every business does this. Profit first. We implemented profit first. So I read the book, I did the audio book a number of times, and a lot of people read the book and they listen to the audio book, but they don't do it. And they don't actually set it up. Whereas I did. I set it up, and I set up all of the bank accounts, and I worked out what we needed to do. This was a total game changer, because when it came to paying tax, I had the tax there. I wasn't running on the treadmill trying to find the money that I was going to pay the tax with. So now it's in a separate bank account, and I know it's going to be there. We actually have profit in a bank account, and I actually earn an owner's income. So implementing profit first was a major game changer, and I'm now becoming a profit first coach. I'm a profit first professional now because I believe in it so much. So if you've read it or listen to the audiobook and haven't implemented, go back to the book and go do it and implement it. If you haven't, highly recommend get the book and implement, because it will be an absolute game changer for your organisation, as it has been for our organisation. It is so nice, feels so good, helps me sleep at night when I know that there's money in the bank account to pay tax and super, and also have a bit of leftover for me.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Angela, for sharing that. And just for people that aren't aware of what Profit First is actually a kind of a ancient principle about pay yourself first. There was a book that was written probably 70, 80 years ago, I think, called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's basically the modern day version of that book, specifically written for business owners. And basically, rather than waiting till the very end before you take your profits, you take your profits at the very beginning. And also you set up bank accounts for other expenses that you know are coming up, whether it be replacing computers, or you obviously have to put money away for tax and other things. And so that way you never have to worry about not having enough money. So there's a book that was written by Mike Michalowicz called Profit First. And then there's some courses that you can do. In fact, we actually now teach this as part of our Business Blueprint program. We actually have 3 certified Profit First consultants that are part of Business Blueprint and regularly run events for our clients to teach them the methodology of Profit First
and soon to be me
and
as
how
well.
it works. Yes, and you're also certified now as well, which is awesome. So yeah, just very quickly, what else did you want to say about Profit First? Because it is, as someone said in the comments, it is a game changer. Why do you love it so much, and what has it done for you personally?
I think the biggest thing, as I said earlier, so we've done, so instead of just doing tax, which is what the book recommends, I do tax and super together. So I have all the tax and super there. So when I go to pay team, tax for the super, it's there, the money's there, and I don't have to try and pull it out from somewhere else. It's just sitting in there. The biggest thing is with the Profit First method is out of sight, out of mind. So what you do is you actually open up the bank accounts in a different bank, and you're not accessing it every day, so you're not seeing it. Because I love the analogy that they actually use in the book and in the training. It's like a tube of toothpaste. When you have the tube of toothpaste and you get down to the bottom of the toothpaste, you'll just squeeze out as much as you can out of the bottom of that toothpaste, because you don't have any more toothpaste anywhere else, but you'll just squeeze it. Then you'll go get another tube. This is the same with your bank account. If you can see it in your bank account, you'll just spend it. And if you're anything like me, I'm a star creator profile type, and I like to just go out and do stuff. And if the money's there, I just think, oh yeah, I can spend it because it's there. But if you can't see it and it's out of sight, it makes it much easier, because you're not even thinking about it. It's in another bank account. And the best part is it earns interest.
That's awesome. Nice work. Thanks so much, Angela. I know we've got a couple of points still to go, but I just want to quickly jump to another thing that I was super impressed with, having got to know you and your business, which is your branding. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the brand that you have created? Because I think that it's kind of really, really cool and makes you stand out, and is a big point of difference, and maybe why people choose you. So tell us even about the name, the logo that you have, and how your business stands out from the crowd.
Yeah, great. I'd love to. So Vivacity RTO Coaching and Consulting. Vivacity actually means colourful, bright, and fun. Now, compliance, which is what we mainly deal with, is black and white, boring, hard, complex. But training is very exciting. What we do, we change lives through education, through our training. So that's why I came up with the name Vivacity. We originally were RTO Consult when I first started up the business, but there were so many other competitors out there who had a very similar name. So I just created a name that was unique. And we're now known as Vivacity. Everybody knows who Vivacity is in our industry sector. Like if I go to a training event, an RTO event, they know who I am. So that is one part. The other part is the colours that we have as well. And I also have it on my nails. So I do my branding everywhere. I have it on my nails. I have clothes. I have earrings, I have t-shirts. I normally have a great big banner as well with our logo on it. But our logo is, and I wish I could show it, and I haven't got it here right now, is actually based on a superhero brand. So what we have created is the logo is actually a V in a superhero logo. And we have, and I do tend to stand like this as well, my superhero stance. We have Viv, who is short for Vivacity, Viv, our RTO superhero. And Viv, what she does is she saves RTOs. And the reason why I created Viv is when I started my one-on-one, so if you're a micro business, you would know a lot about this. When you start one-on-one, everybody goes to you. And when you hire team members, they still go to you because they only know you. So, and you're the expert, you're the person that they hired in the first place. This created a problem for me because a lot of the branding was around me and who I am and what I do. So we created Viv. So we had a superhero that we could stand behind. So we stand behind her mask and her persona, so her personality. So what we do is, what I did was I created this brand with Viv, the superhero, and she went on all of our infographic and video training that we did. So we had her on there so that I could train our clients, and I did this about 8 years ago, so I could train our clients to that they don't need to go to me, that they actually have a whole team that they can go to, and we will support you within your RTO. So it really helped with that branding, and it also helped with getting the clients to not contact me directly, that they could go to the team. And it took a couple of years for that culture to change, but now I've switched the branding back to me. So so the branding was, we still have Viv, and we've actually have a new improved Viv who's had a body makeover.
You can do that with superheroes.
Yes. So it's a bit like the old Batman to the new Batman. She has a few more muscles, and yeah, she's looking really cool. But what happens with that now is, with the branding, I'm now very much the face of Vivacity, but I have my superhero Viv by my side, and the clients now know that they will still get access to me through the live training and the coaching we do, but I don't do one-on-ones anymore. So I was able to pull myself from being in the business and working in the business to being more the face of the business and working on the business. And that has been a massive change. When I pulled myself out from inside the business to being and putting I now have a COO, so a Chief Operating Officer. She now runs all of our teams, and we have 6 different teams that we work with. This is the EOS system, and she now manages those teams. I do what I want to do. I do what I enjoy doing, and I do it every day, and I'm not stuck doing the things that I don't like doing.
Yeah, that is. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'll ask you a few more questions about your brand a little bit later. But Harry, if you're out there, Harry's part of my team, can you find Angela's website, Vivacity, and just pop it into the chat? I just would love for people to kind of just see the brand brought to life. There it is. Thanks, Carol. So you can click on that link there and just see the brand at work, because I think that's definitely one of the contributing factors to your success. Okay, we've covered one more. Let's go to number 6. Go for it.
So number 6, I was struggling between what should be 6 and what should be 7, but I'm going to go with 6 first, which is being in a community of like-minded people. So I love being part of Business Blueprint, and it's more than just the training. There's so much more to it. I'm actually a Diamond member, and we get to network together, and we're chatting with each other, and we're on Facebook, and we're learning from each other. And that by doing that, I've also raised my profile, because I'm the go-to person for anything to do with the training industry, because I've been networking with other businesses. They all know what I do. You get to be go-to person, because when you work in business and you get to know other business owners, they're going to promote you. They're going to share who you are with the other, because they trust you. They know you. They hear when you talk. They know that you're passionate about what you do. So it's definitely the community and being in a business community. And Business Blueprint has been awesome with doing that. We've got a great community that I'm involved with, and I support them and they support me. So it's more than just the training, it's the community that you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because people join for the content, and the content is amazing. The training that we have is truly world-class. We've been growing this amazing library now for more than a decade. We have 2,500 videos. I've worked with more than 500 speakers and experts, and we've documented all of their kind of knowledge, and we make it available to our members and also to the teams of our members as well. So content, big tick. You're definitely going to get massive value in terms of content. But the other thing is the community, the network, the people that you'll meet. And I'm thinking back to one of the first programs that I ever did when I was 19 years of age. When I was 19, I'd saved up some money, and I had two choices. I could either put it in the bank or I could invest it into education. And I remember investing in a course, and the course was around $5,000. And that was so much money for me at the time. And I was really kind of scared and nervous about investing that. Best decision that I ever made, not only because of all the content information that I learned, but the people that I met there. If I was to calculate the impact of all those relationships and where that has led me to, the people that I've met have made me millions of dollars over the last 20 years in terms of returns. And a lot of that I could contribute back to investing in that course. If I had not done it and I just played it safe and I left that money in the bank, I would never have been able to achieve the success that I have today. So the most important thing for me was three things: that when anyone says, what's the secret to your success? It's always the same three things. Number one, you've got to invest in yourself. That is so important. Number two, get a coach. Find someone that has the results that you want and do whatever it takes to learn from them. And number three is your environment. The people that you surround yourself with most of the time will ultimately determine your success. So those three things are really what underpins the Business Blueprint program. And this is exactly what you get access to over the next 12 months. I won't go through all of this right now, but it's a program where you get access to me for the next 12 months, and also all of our training, our team. You get exclusive workshops every single week. There's more than 50 workshops that you attend with me as well. You get access to me for Q&A sessions every week. We have 2,500 training videos. We give you access to more than 200 systems that we've created as well. And our program is highly affordable, which makes it very easy to see a return on investment. And we work with all different types of businesses. We have a number of startups, but we also have companies that are doing 20, 50, $100 million plus. So it really doesn't matter where you are right now. We'll meet you where you're at, and we'll show you how to get to the next level. So if you're someone that wants to grow your business and you want to be able to double or triple your income, for some of you it might be cracking that $1 million mark. For some of you, you might want to hit 5 or 10 or 20, whatever your goal is. We can absolutely help you. So this is the program. We'd love to send this to you. In order for us to give you access to all the information about the program, you just need to go to this link. It's businessblueprint.com/apply. Just complete the form on the page, and then from there, we'll get in touch with you. We'll send you all the information that you need, make a time to have a chat, and then work out how we can help you to transform your business. I know a whole bunch of people have done that already. So if you have, congratulations. I'm looking forward to working with you. If you haven't, then now is the time. Go to businessblueprint.com/apply, pop in your details, and then let's have a chat. All right, Angela, we've got a couple more points.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, you go for it.
All that as well. I have spent well over $1 million on my professional development. That doesn't even include my qualifications and my master's degree and things like that. This is just business professional development. It has been the best investment that I've ever made. And one of the major things I was so surprised about when I came and saw Dale and signed up with him is the price. I have paid 10 times more for coaching. and did not get anywhere near the amount of access that I get with Dale. So I'm a big advocate for Business Blueprint. I think Dale's an awesome person. He gives and he gives and he gives. He's very much there to support you as a business. And for me, it has been the best investment I've ever made, and I've spent a lot of money. I've done Tony Robbins, I've done a range of different coaches and training. And what I find with this is not just the community, it's the support that you get from the whole team at Business Blueprint.
Thank you. Thanks for mentioning that. And just to make sure that people are aware, you weren't paid for this presentation, right?
No, I was not.
And yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I know you've done a lot of other courses. So how does Business Blueprint stack up to everything else?
I think, as I said, I've never had so much connection with the main coach. So being you, Dale, and being able to ask questions and you actually answer them. There's not actually someone else answering them. You're answering those questions. It's having that direct contact. But it's also, the training, implementing that training as well. What I have found that is different from what I've done before is more of that one-on-one, more of that connection. And what I'm learning is much more applicable to what I need right now.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, because there are lots of other business coaches that are out there, but most good business coaches these days charge anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 per month. And the challenge kind of with that is that most business coaches have good general information, but they're not really specialists kind of in anything. So what makes our program unique, it's like a fraction of what it would cost to work with someone one-on-one, but I've developed a really kind of smart model that has enabled me to create some awesome videos and courses and training materials that do a lot of the heavy lifting for us, so we could lower the price significantly. And then, so for the stuff that you need of a technical nature, like how to set up your Facebook tracking pixel, for example, how to set up, use MindMeister, whatever tool that you need, you watch the videos. And then I spend the rest of my time helping people. If you're stuck or you want to chat or you've got a difficult decision, then you can jump on a call. I've got 2 coaches full-time that work in Business Blueprint, just helping our clients. And then I make myself available for up to 2 hours every week just to help clients. And so if you want to chat with me, I'm available every single week to help you with your business. And you also get access to our full library of training materials and systems and checklists and flowcharts and legal documents. All of it is in the program. All right.
Dale Direct is awesome.
Yeah, what's that?
Dale Direct is awesome. I said, you get him directly. So you can ask questions that are very specific to your organization.
Beautiful. All right. We've got, I think, 1 or 2 more points to go. So let's
bring
it home. What are some of the other contributing factors to your business success?
So number 7, and I think this is the most important, other than implementing everything I've learned, and this is part of what I have implemented, is I've built an incredible team. Now, with that team, it's been very much hiring on values, training on values, giving rewards on values, as well as firing on values. So if someone breaks one of our values, we fire, and I just had to do this this week. But what it does is it really does create a culture that is, I love working in. Our team loves working in it. And we've this is my team that I have now, and they're all up behind me here, is I've had them for the longest I've ever had any team members. I've got one team member that's been with me for 6 years now, and she's my COO. And I've got other ones, like it used to be I have a high turnover of staff members, and that was me. It was my lack of leadership skills. So it's taking the training, what you've learned, and then implementing it and really changing the mindset of yourself as a leader. And that's the thing, is really focusing on who you are as a leader and then putting those values out as part of your culture of your organization. So my success is my team. They're incredible. They're amazing people. And they are like my family. And I love having them on my team. And now we're growing more. So what's really important with building an incredible team is make sure you have the systems in place. Because if you don't have the systems when you start to grow and scale, you're going to fall apart. And that's what I found. I didn't implement everything that I learned. Once I've implemented it, now we're able to grow and scale. We're on track I'm going to have 20 VAs by the end of June. And we're building a VA team that's going to service our clients in the training industry, and then 50 by the end of the year. And it's only because I've got these systems in place that I am able to build that incredible team.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm glad you mentioned systems. We did a whole training on that earlier on today, and it's a very, very big part of our program, is helping you build the systems that will then enable you to hire team and then scale your business fast. So hopefully you were there for that training. And then in terms of building your team, you said you now have 5 staff in the Philippines, and that's going to be growing rapidly over the next few months. There are still maybe people out there that have maybe heard about it, but they're holding back. They maybe have some type of concern around hiring staff in another location or in another country like the Philippines. What's your experience been like, and why has it been such a smart decision for you?
That is a great question, because there are different things that you may be concerned about. I have hired VAs in the past in the Philippines, and they were very unreliable. The internet's very unreliable. Getting them to turn up, they have typhoons. There's things like that are happening. The biggest change that I've had in the last 12 months is we've hired our VAs. We now hire direct, but we use a place called WorkPod. And WorkPod is we hire a desk, basically. So we hire the desk and the internet is there. It's our team. They're hired under our organisation, but we have a room there. And we also have IT people there, and we have admin people there. So there's people there to help them on the site. So that's something that's very different is from what I've done in the past, is we've got a team there that can also talk to other people who are part of WorkPod and learn from them. So that one's been really good. The other thing that you may be concerned about, and I know my team members were when I first said I was going to hire VAs, is they said, well, we should be hiring someone in Australia. We shouldn't be sending our money overseas to other countries. We should be hiring people who are here in Australia. Now, my answer to that, and because I've seen it personally, we have changed so many lives of our virtual assistants in the Philippines. We pay them more than what they get paid in their own country, yet I can hire 4 people for the same I would pay for 1 person in Australia. So I can get 4 people on my team, and they are doing their own individual work. Whereas if I only had 1, and then you've got all your other requirements that you've got to meet, super and tax and all that sort of stuff. But I've got 4 people that I'm going to hire, and I hired 4 all in one go, and I've been able to train them. We're actually working with their strengths, identifying what their strengths are, and then positioning them in their strengths. So we've got this team that they only started recently. This team. But they actually love the training industry. So we've been educating them about the training industry, and they've been learning a lot about it. They're very good at absorbing the information and then interpreting it and then putting it out. So the first course that we've got them doing is our TAS Superhero course, which is a training and assessment strategy. And the big thing is with any team, particularly a virtual team, is make sure that you have a system and step-by-step procedures. So it's really clear to them what they need to do. And videos are great because they can watch the video, rewatch the video, rewind, and then ask questions based on that. Whereas when you're doing it live, they may not remember everything that you've told them, particularly when they first start. If they go back to the training a month later, it's a totally different perspective from when they start. So it's massive. It's made a massive difference. This first team that we hired, we were actually hiring to set up to be able to deliver training, to be able to service our clients, but it's actually helping us. They're doing our social media marketing, they're developing course materials, they're going to work in the back end with our team members, and they're working with our Australian team members. So they're very grateful for the fact that we are there to support them. We actually there was a major typhoon that went through the Philippines at the end of the last year, as you know, Dale, Typhoon Odette. And we actually raised $1,750 for relief. And our team went out, our VA team went out and actually distributed food and water and clothing, and they were able to help the others that had been affected by the typhoon. So it's very much building that community, and don't think you're taking a job away from someone in Australia, because you're actually changing someone else's life who may not have had any of the opportunities that you've ever had in your lifetime. And our big thing that we want to do is we want to build a really good community in the Philippines and change their lives and really have an impact on their lives.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And tomorrow in my Power Hour session, I'm going to be going into this in a lot more detail, answering a bunch of questions that no doubt that you have, and also talking a bit about how we hire, how we recruit, how we pay, basically everything. And I'll be talking as well, which is one of the companies that we've partnered with to help you with reliable internet and the HR support and all the things that you need to make sure it is a success. And good to see Sarah as well. Also has a number of staff in the Philippines too, and it's a really great way to be able to accelerate your business growth. And if you have any other questions, please come to tomorrow's event. I'll go through and answer all of them there. We've got about 5 minutes. We'll need to wrap up in just a moment, Angela, but I think you got maybe one more tip to sort of share. So why don't you go through that now, and then we'll wrap up after.
Yeah, someone's actually asked a question: how do you measure their skills? So skill sets for the VAs. So one of the things that we do, and all of our team does this in Australia and overseas, we do a profiling. Team dynamics, wealth dynamics profiling you can do for the team, for the owners of the business, but we do team dynamics. And in the team dynamics, we actually work out what are their strengths and weaknesses as a person, and then we identify where would be the best place for them to work in that. But what I've also done is given them an equal opportunity on a couple of major projects to work on, where I've got the training as well, and they follow that process, and then I'm checking in on them each day. They're doing the training today, actually, and we'll check in on them this afternoon. And you can actually tell by the way they talk, the way they're demonstrating and showing you what they've done, whether they're passionate about it. So that's where you're really looking at the skill set there, is really identifying, first of all, we need to know what type of personality are they, and then what are their strengths. And I always, with all of my team, get your team working in their strengths. That is when they're working in their strengths, they love what they do.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And I think there's another question that's come in from Echo. Maybe if I can get Anthony, who's part of my team, to help out with that question, that'd be great. Okay, because we need to wrap up. Angela, what's your final point that you wish to share with everyone here about how you've been able to grow your business?
I think the biggest thing is keep at it, keep going, just do it. Like, you're not going to be an overnight success. This business is now in its 13th year. It will take like 10 years for you to become an overnight success. And it's really that branding, building that brand and getting that branding distributed out to your community. So whoever is in your sector, and don't give up. It's just the biggest thing is believe in yourself. And really just, you've got a talent, get it out there. People want you. They need you. You've just got to remember that you're not selling your services, you're providing a service.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for that. I'd love for you all now to pick one idea, something that was shared by Angela that's had an impact on you, and then just type it into the chat right now. And there'll be a bit of a summary of all of the awesome points and ideas that were shared during this this presentation. So know your value. Love that one. That was great. We're having Dennis saying awesome session. A number of people saying profit first. So definitely check out the book or the audio book, and then we have a lot more training on that for members as well. The Rockefeller Habits, walking your brand as well, investing in yourself first. Yeah, really awesome. And then there's a link to the book that is there. Implementing the training you've invested in. Yes, absolutely. It's all about taking action and investing in yourself and then applying what you learn. Building an incredible team. Yep, definitely. Also, leaning into hiring staff that may be remote or off-site. That can be a massive way to be able to grow your business faster, to manage your expenses, and just really grow your profitability. So the VA team, and also don't give up. So there's lots of great gems in there. Thank you so much again, Angela, for your
I've just popped in the chat where you can get those wealth dynamics and team dynamics profiles. So if someone asked that in the chat, so I've just popped that in the chat.
So just, scroll up and find that. There's a link for WorkPod there. There's Genius U in there as well, so you can check those out. Angela, just before we close, if someone was thinking about joining the Business Blueprint program, becoming part of our community, that is maybe just feeling a little bit hesitant right now, what would your advice or recommendation be for them?
If you are serious about taking your business to the next level, and if you're actually serious about your business, you need a coach. You've got to have a coach. And I would just say, just do it. It's a no-brainer, really. For me, when I went along, I know I went along to a session. That's when I signed up at the start of last year. And there were other people sitting next to me saying, oh, that was a lot of money. That's expensive. I don't think I can afford that. And I said, you really? Seriously? I've spent a lot more than this. And now I know I've spent a lot more than this. And I have got so much more out of this. So everyone needs a coach. Everyone does. I'm a coach as well. So I coach our clients in the training industry. Coaches need coaches.
Yes.
So my last words are going to be, just do it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, when it's any form of an investment, even a book or a course or a coach, never see it as an expense. It's always an investment. So don't focus on what it's costing you. When you expand that by a year or 5 years or 10 years, you will make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in returns. I think that back to that course that I did, which was $5,000 20-something years ago, and I was so nervous about it, but it was the best decision that I ever made. The people that I met, the ideas, the networking as well, just how it shifted my mindset on so many different things. It was changed my life, basically. So I want to give you that same opportunity. And rather than you having to go out there like I've done, spending so much money on my education, and Angela spending more than $1 million, because all of the information is kind of out there in different places. What we've done with Business Blueprint is we've brought it all together in one place, and it is absolutely amazing. And you can join no matter where you are. We've just had a number of people join from New Zealand. We've got a great community of Business Blueprint members there. We have members now in Asia, in America now, and also in Europe. So the program can work no matter where you are, anywhere in the world. But the most important thing that Angela said was taking action, and just do it. And the decision is really, when you look at the value of everything that you receive, it really is a no-brainer. If you want to save time, if you want to save money, you need to take that next step. So go to businessblueprint.com/apply, complete the form, and let's have a chat about how we can help you to transform your business. We'll give you all the details and everything once you complete the form, and you can see all the great options that you have for investing in the program. All right, so still to come, we have 2 more classes with me that I'm going to be running. The next one is actually about people, and I'm going to go into a lot more detail of how to hire staff, specifically how to hire staff in the Philippines. I'm also going to give you a list of more than 160 different tasks that you can now outsource to virtual assistants. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can, talk to you about how to pay them, what amounts and everything, all of that. And I'm going to go through as well how to then grow and build a team so your business, you can do more of the stuff that you love, and then everything else is managed by your team. And then we're also going to have a session around money and finance. We're going to be talking more about profit first, and we'll be talking more about increasing sales, which I know is important for everyone as well, and then how to make sure that you're smart with the money that you make from your business, and how to make sure that you're building wealth in addition to growing your business as well. And we've also got a couple more awesome interviews still to come. Tomorrow is going to be fantastic with Colin Frager. And then we've also got another great interview with Tegan, who's built a $10 million business and has more than 200 staff. She's going to be sharing her story later in the summit. If you want all the dates and details in your diary, just go to businessblueprint.com/summit. Make sure you're registered, and then you can get all of the dates in your diary. And then all you need to do is just show up, and you're going to get massive value. Well done, everyone. Thank you again to Angela. Let's give Angela a big round of applause, everybody, for sharing such great knowledge and wisdom with all of us. Super clear and relevant session. Thank you, Angela and Dale. Lots of thank yous coming in. Great insights. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You did a great job, Angela. Anything else you wanted to say?
Thank you, everyone. I love to share, and it's really good to be able to have this opportunity to be able to see potential new business blueprint people that I'll be meeting in the future at future events. So we're very excited. We're going to Fiji next month, which is one of the Business Blueprint events, first overseas trip, and we get to do it with like-minded people. So it's awesome.
Yeah, the program is awesome. But one of the things I absolutely love running is events. We have 5 big events that we do each year for our clients, and they're awesome. And one of them we do in a special destination. So in, I think, maybe 40 days time from now, we're going to be going to Fiji, and we've got some other cool events planned for later this year as well. All right, time to wrap up. Thanks again to Angela. Really appreciate you being here. Congratulations to everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more great training. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a great day.